It's like not peanut butter. Peanut butter's darker. This is like someone's coffee when they put way too much milk in it. That's the color we're at right now. We got whiles to go. A little bit whiles. But isn't the last part, it speeds up really fast? Ooh, are we gonna see if guy who blew me off just messaged me? Let's see if that's him. It is him! What do you think he said? Oh, is that next on the list? Yes, we're gonna go. Yes, Alaska, you and I are gonna go. Okay, let's see what sexy Gomez Adams said after he blew me off. Thanks. Okay, so just got off from volunteering. Thanks for being flexible. I'll also be busy this weekend helping a friend prepare for the wedding next week. But free Friday, I mean Monday. Monday. Do we give him a second chance or no? I'm hesitant to give him a second chance. Yeah, I think something's fishy. Something's fishy. If you blow someone off, you blow plans off with someone an hour before you're supposed to meet up with them, that something feels off. Because for me, in the beginning of the day, I plan out my entire day. I was like, okay, I have this to do, then I have that to do. I look at my calendar. For him to be 1 hour away from having to go somewhere to volunteer seems like a lie. Which I don't mind. I honestly don't mind if he was actually at a place to volunteer tonight. That's awesome. But I just don't like people who lie. Like, even if he blew me off because he had a date with another girl, I'm totally fine with that. I just don't like people who lie. But if I knew I was volunteering somewhere later on that day, I would remember that I was going to have to be at a place well before an hour before I was supposed to be there. Like, I'm like, fuck, I'm volunteering. I would remember that shit around noon. He also read, fucking Snapchat. You can tell when they read your message, but didn't reply. He read it like an hour and never replied to it. And then when he finally did reply, he's like, suddenly I have something going on I had forgotten about. I don't know. Something smells off. And I feel like I should go with my gut. And my gut says he's lying. Which, again, don't give a fuck if he's dating 6 other girls. Just don't lie to me. We're doing bourbon. Pretty sure. So most of the people I'm dating, actually, I think all the people I'm dating are dating other people as well. I don't give a fuck. Oh, that's going way too fast. I don't give a fuck. But my only rule is if you make plans with someone, you don't blow them off for someone else. Well, and if you do, you just straight up say, like, I have plans with someone else. I really have a connection with them. Like, I'm gonna go pursue this. Like, I just like honesty, y'all. That's all I care about. For cocktails or seasonings, you just feel it. Yep. It's just the top that goes on the jar. TGU says an hour before. Canceling an hour before plans is a dick move unless there's a legit reason, like you got in a car accident, you had a flat tire, some shit like that. Saying that, and I think that the thing that he chose as volunteering seems also kind of odd because you don't want to ever get mad at someone. Like if your mom got hurt, which that's the Texas guy used the like, oh, my mom. He used his mom as an excuse to get out of a date. And then like charity, like who's gonna be pissed at you for volunteering? Like, I think those are extra dick fuckboy moves when you're just like, oh, I'm doing something so good, that's why I can't spend this evening with you. Fuck off. I mean, when I was dating, when I was dating, no. I feel like people that think they can get with, I feel like people think they can get away with a lot more these days. Yeah, I think so too. Like, I really, really don't, like, if you would have just been like, hey, I knew we had plans tonight, but something came up and I feel really bad. I don't know. I would respect the honesty if he's just like, and maybe, well, we don't really know each other that well, so he doesn't know me, but I'm not a jealous person, like, fucking at all. If he was just like straight up, no, fuck, even then, I messaged him early in the day, like noon, to be like, hey, are we still on for tonight? And he didn't message me back until an hour before we were supposed to, I think our call was at 6:30, something like that. But like he took hours to respond. And then when he did, it took another hour after that to respond to, something feels off. I don't know. I've been fucked around with before. I can tell when I'm being fucked around with. Depends on how high your flame is. It seems like, it seems to be moving along at a good rate, says World. I think it's going to be fast enough that it'll speed up in a few minutes. Yeah, it's going pretty, now we're at a Jiffy peanut butter color. At this point, I'm going by smell more than anything. Yeah, it's not quite, like, I remember one time I had the overhead cam and Armageddon was watching me while I did it, and I was like, motherfucker, it's burning. And he's like, no, bitch, keep going. And then, like, right before it started smoking, he had me pull it off. So I would think that this is a dark roux, but I know it's not actually a dark roux. I've seen a dark roux before. I got a little bit more to go. Thankfully, I've done this once before. He was volunteering at a charity male stripper event. Barry, lols. Truth, yes, exactly. That's the other thing I've learned is I tend to give people the benefit of the doubt. So I'll be like, oh, something feels off, but I'm just overreacting, or like, I'll just give them the benefit of the doubt. But my gut tells me something's off, and then I'll stick around. And then sure enough, it ends up being exactly what I fucking thought from the beginning, and I wasted my time, potentially wasted his time. So I think if something feels off, I'm just gonna call it. I'm just gonna call it off. Yeah. I'm very happy with like how my dating life is already going. I just thought he was cute, and I had some extra energy. I thought it might be nice to like at least get to know him. And then if he sounded really interesting, then I would make more of an effort to like meet up with him in person. That's why I asked to do a video call first. Because for me to actually go on a date with you, it has to be one of my kid-free weekends, which those book up real fucking fast. Or I have to hire a babysitter, which means I really have to like you if I'm going to spend $80 to go on a date with you. Because that's how much it costs to have a babysitter for the evening. So I thought a video chat would be a good way to filter and vet them. And I do this shit all the time. I vet very thoroughly before I ever go on a first date. But yeah, this guy's been trying to get a date with me for, God, it's been a couple months. He just like checks in every couple months. Like once a month and a half, he'll check in and be like, hey, you still busy? And I was like, yep, still dating a lot of people, still kind of overwhelmed, check in again next month. And then he'll check in again. And I thought it was cute that he was persistent. I was like, okay, I think he really likes me. Motherfucker finally had a chance to talk to me. And no. He's right. You don't just brown the butter, you toast the flour. Yes, exactly. We gotta toast the flour. We gotta get a nice, good color in there. Okay. See if we can. Woo! One-handed. So, okay. Also, I have to say, the recent people I've dated have shown me what it's like to be treated really, really well. And I feel like my tolerance for shit is pretty low now. Like, yeah. I there's a lot of shit I used to put up with that I will not put up with anymore. For example, hey, Caitlin, see you. Welcome in. Cheers. We're making a roux and talking about how a guy just blew me off. What up, Paxi? How are you? How's your sister? How's Mr. New Zealand? Welcome in. So good to see you. Welcome. Wait, what was I saying? But yeah. Oh, right. So, for example, right here, I'm drinking whiskey, right? I always get teased, specifically by guys, for the way I drink whiskey. If I need to drink whiskey, or if I need to drink it neat, I will. I can drink it straight, but the way I prefer to drink whiskey is with ice and water. Like, I like it very diluted because I like to sip things. I have an oral fixation, and I like to be hydrated. It's basically water with whiskey flavor. If I want to be classy, sure, but it's just me fucking in my kitchen, fucking around with you guys. Like, I'm not trying to be classy right now. So I dilute it a lot. I've had guys tell me, like, that's not the proper way to drink whiskey, and they flip me shit. And then one of the guys I'm dating, I was talking to him about it, and I was like, I was pouring myself a whiskey, and I was like, don't judge me the way I fucking drink my whiskey. He's like, why would I judge you? The best way to drink something is whatever makes you happiest. And I was just like, and he's never teased me before. He's never made fun, like maybe a little jokingly in a sweet way, but he never flips me shit and never like jokingly condescends me. He's like, no, if that makes you happy, then do it. Like, why the fuck do I care what makes you happy? He's like, you're the one drinking it. And I was like, so once you've been treated well, it's really hard to put up with douchebags. So I will say my filter is very good now when it comes to like, you're kind of being an asshole. You don't respect my schedule. You are jokingly being very condescending. You're gaslighting me. Chat helped me with the gaslighting one. I didn't know I was being gaslit until Chat told me. I also didn't know that one guy was married. And then Chat's like, Kathy, that's a burner phone. I didn't know. Okay, also known as a boner phone. Didn't know. I don't know any of these things. Chat's been educating me. Paxi says, I'm good. Same stuff. Still talking to my sister as well. Very nice. How have you been? I haven't popped in for a while. I think I lurked a while back, but no. I'm still sad I missed the last food trip. Oh, no, it's okay. It's okay. Welcome in, Paxi. Update currently is my younger sister, Katie, the one who moved to Hawaii, who was my babysitter. She's actually moving back, and she's moving in with me next month. And so I have to rearrange the house. I have to rearrange my schedule, rearranging the menu. We're doing all sorts of stuff to make her feel as happy and comfortable and everything when she's here. But Hawaii didn't go so well for her, and she's kind of hitting a bad series of luck, and I love my sister and I want to take care of her. So baby sister's moving in probably for a while. She's going to be here for, I'm guessing, at least a year, if not multiple years. So that's kind of a big news. I just got blown off. I was supposed to have a video chat date, and the motherfucker blew me off an hour before the date, so that was kind of lame. And I have 2 dates this weekend. Alaska's taking me to see The Empire Strikes Back. It's a Star Wars burlesque parody. So I'm going to be watching that with him, and then he's also taking me to Pride Weekend. And then I have a movie marathon with Warhammer, and he's cooking me dinner. And that's on Sunday. Yeah, so that's all that's going on. Also, Jace's and Lena's last days of school were this week, so we're officially on summer break as of Monday. Whiskey drinkers can be so toxic. Caitlin, right? Fucking right? Oh my God, bothers me. What up, Lobster Craw? How are you doing? It's good to see you. I love whiskey. I don't really like whiskey drinkers. Yeah. I'll drink whiskey with homies, but people who identify as like whiskey connoisseurs, they not gonna like me. I'm a ho-diddy-ho bag of whiskey. There's nothing wrong with drinking whiskey with ice. Exactly, World. A lot of people will say that's actually the proper way to drink it because it opens up the flavors. I always drink it with ice, but some motherfuckers, it's always those really, I'm gonna use stupid terms that people hate, but the really alpha males, those are the ones who are usually the harshest with me. Cause like, there was this one guy, Ikea, the one that Lin J hates. I was at his place one time, and he's like, oh, can I get you a drink? And I was like, which I thought was polite. And I was like, sure, I'll take whiskey, because he has a couple types that I like. And then he's like, you want it on the rocks or neat? And I was like, I'll take it on the rocks. And he looked at me, he's like, handsy, or like wuss or something. Like, kind of like, what is it, negging me? Fucker negged me all the time. This is why we had to chuck him. No, and I remember like jokingly trying to be cute and stand up for myself. Like, what? I like it that way, blah, blah, blah. And now in my mind, newer Kathy be like, fuck you. That's how I like my whiskey. Go fuck yourself. Why do you care how I drink my whiskey? It's going in my throat. Yeah. Insert joke. It's the only way to drink. That's where I drink it. Yeah. Oh, wow. I know, right? A lot has happened in the past 24 to 48 hours. Where it says, all depends on how fast you want to drink versus how drunk you want to get. See, that's why I do what I do, is I want to drink a lot, but I don't want to get drunk. So the way I do it is I dilute it a lot. I still enjoy the flavor. And if I'm like, if we're trying to, if it's a really, okay, this is also like not super expensive. I mean, Elijah Craig's okay. But if it's a really nice, expensive whiskey, I will respect it. Like if it's the 40-year-old bottle of scotch I bought that one time, that shit that I never got to taste, that shit I would sip neat first, and then I would add an ice cube, maybe a tiny splash of water, and I would fully enjoy that. But if it's just me drinking kind of like whatever house whiskey, and I'm just like on stream chilling with y'alls, I'm gonna dilute that shit, because you know me, I get carried away and just keep drinking and not even realize how much I drink. Werl does vodka. Werl, have you done the grape vodka? It's like vodka made from grapes. It doesn't taste like grapes, but it's like CIRCO, Circo, something like that. That shit's good. Holy fuck, that's really good vodka. Phrasing. Thank you for that. Paxi says, yeah, I've heard of it. They have it here in LA and I wanted to go, but it's hard to get there for me with no car. Oh yeah, fair enough. Yeah, so I actually did not get these tickets. I believe they were kind of hard to get, the Empire Strips Back. So what happened was Alaska, when we first started talking a couple months ago, he knew I was really into Star Wars, and he's like, jokingly but kind of serious, he's like, hey, if we're still talking and hanging out, when the show comes, then you can be my +1. And I was like, okay. But I honestly did not know that we would still be chatting, like that we would still be dating all this time later. And yeah, I was joking with Chad earlier. I was like, anytime a guy has made plans with me, or I'm sorry, anytime a person has made plans with me to, note how I'm correcting myself now. Anytime a person has made plans with me to go on a date far in the future, we've never lasted long enough to get to that date. So I usually consider it a jinx. It's like, oh, you planning something 3 months out? We're definitely not going to make it. One time, a guy, we were doing some sort of thing, and he bought a year's membership for us as a couple. We didn't even last like a month and a half before that. And he spent like $100 on a membership for me. That was my bad. Sounds like you're dating Andrew Tate level whiskey snobs. Right? Kamikaze? Maybe. Who's Andrew Tate, by the way? I don't know Andrew Tate. I apologize, I missed the reference. But I date a lot of whiskey snobs. I do. It's Seattle. There's a lot of fucking beer snobs and whiskey snobs here. What's your favorite vodka? I'm curious as well. I had an old fashioned once and it was definitely too strong for me. Yeah. Oh my god, Paxi, I was just making this joke with, I think it was Alaska. It was Alaska. So we were joking that when we go places, I always order like an old fashioned or a Manhattan or a very spirit forward cocktail. And then a lot of the people I go on dates with will order things that are more fruity or like light, or a mocktail or a seltzer, like very much non-alcoholic drinks, right? So when the waiter comes to the table, especially if it's me with a guy, they will always give my drink to the dude. Plus, if you guys have seen the guys I date, they're kind of fucking huge. So they just think like, oh, big manly dude, this like fucking bourbon drink is for you, and then I get whatever the other drink is, and it happens all the time where we always like look at the waiter and we're like, switch. But yes, I'm the beer guzzling bourbon girl, and for some reason, I think a lot of it has to do with the specifically guys that I date tend to be more health conscious than I am. So they tend to drink like vodka sodas and things that are very like healthy cocktails, or they don't drink at all and they drink like mocktails and shit. So yeah, when we go out, I'm always the one like, no, the whiskey or the scotch is mine and the other drink is theirs. But every fucking time, they would switch our drinks. Even if it's the dude who took our order. The motherfucker took our order and still served it incorrectly. Werewolf Absolute is their favorite vodka. Okay. I only drink whiskey mixed in soda. Ooh, Caitlin, what's your favorite soda? Do you want to do we can do a Dolphin Coke later on, which is rum. It's a rum and Coke, but I serve it in a glass Coke bottle. Oh, 7 and 7? That's Sprite and whiskey? that's a pretty good one too. I'm trying to think what else goes with whiskey. Oh, everything goes with whiskey. Yamos. I like stuff like soju, strong but still super tasty, tastes like juice. Oh yeah, that'll fuck. So the only problem with that is it's got a lot of sugar content on it, and I feel like that's what gives me hangovers. My biggest kryptonite, one of my biggest kryptonites is mimosas, because they're so light and I will drink like a lot, and then all that sugar will hit me 3-4 hours later, and then I feel like some of my worst hangovers were from fucking mimosas and Mike's Hard Lemonade. Messi or Ronaldo? Please answer. Elite. Noob. My answer is baseball. Go sports ball. I'm sorry. I'm not a sports ball person. I apologize. I don't give a shit about sports. Cheapest vodka I enjoy is something I can't pronounce. World, is that from Sweden? Where is that from? I'm so jelly. I hope you have fun. Gotta tell us about it. Oh yeah, when I go to the Empire Strips Back, I will tell you guys all about it. All I know is Jabba the Hutt is in there somewhere. There's a bunch of sexy stormtroopers, and I believe Darth Vader is a girl. It's gonna be great. I'm so excited for this. I've never been so excited for a show in my life. Burlesque Star Wars, dude, this shit was made for me. I'm so excited. I'm also gonna wear like a really cute outfit. I'm pretty excited about that. I'm probably gonna change in the Uber. We'll see how that goes. World said Kurkot is good. Surcott. Stoli is also nice. Is Stoli good? Good to know. Good to know. I think Smirnoff is the most overrated alcohol. Smirnoff? Do people like... I thought Smirnoff was one everyone made fun of. I could be wrong. I don't know shit. My favorite is Dr. Pepper, especially for drinking mixed. Oh, okay. Dr. Pepper is a really... for people who like Dr. Pepper, it is a really good mixer because it has so much like fun flavors in it. So I think I've heard Dr. Pepper and like some crazy ass rums, because rum is like the wild, wild west of spirits. There's just like... They're all over the board with their flavor profiles. So I've heard Dr. Pepper paired with rum is like a fucking party in your mouth. Haven't done it, but heard it was good. Answer now. I beg an answer. Oh, babe, you can get on your knees. I ain't gonna give it to you.